Sorry I joined a bit late. I ran out of some things in the house and I just rushed to go quickly get them. That is why I am delayed. Hi. Hello. And oh yes, there's already somebody in the view. Hello. How was July? How was the reading for July? How was your Fuckathon experience? What books did you read? What prompts did you tackle? Did you finish reading any of the books? Did you read the group book? This group book, which is just a delight, an absolute delight. The Seven Necessary Sins for Women and Girls by Mona Elta Howie. I'm actually pretty curious. So, how is it? How did you enjoy it? You can drop your comments in the chat, and I'll be able to read them. The expectation or my plan rather is for this stream not to exceed an hour. For one very important reason. One, because this year's Focus-on did not have so many prompts. It means that going through each of the prompts and having a conversation about what we read is not going to take that longer time. And also, most importantly, your girl is starving. I have not eaten yet. Like, the time right now is 8:06 p.m. my time. 8:06 p.m. and I have not eaten a morsel all day, like nothing. Currently trying to meal prep and everything. So after this live stream, I would then finally be able to cook. I've already meal prepped actually, just to put everything together and cook them. And after this live stream, I'll be able to eat and then finally, um, get some sleep because I intend to. Am I going to sleep first? No, actually. Just to give context, one, I have been rewatching the One Piece trailer over and over and over and over and over again. It's really awesome. I love it. Which means that practically every night I make sure to rewatch it again just to see. Which also then sends me off a tailspin because then I like watch a couple of episodes of the anime and we read the manga a little, like some of the volumes I have. I reread that just to be up to date. Um, I finally got around to. Hello, Amy. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Thank you. Welcome. Um, so I was saying that I finally got around. Like I've been saving towards it for a while, and I finally got around to purchasing the PS5. So I have been gaming on the PS5. Like I'm saying as if I was not gaming when I had the PS4. I did. But because it's a new console and I'm trying to experience like what the differences are, I got Cyberpunk 2077, which I had not played prior to now. But I got Cyberpunk 2077 on PS5 and I've been playing that and that has been remarkable and incredible. So, oh, thank you. No problem, no problem. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It is a very dense book, and especially the chapter on violence, which was the penultimate chapter. That was pain. That was pain. I think that the way in which Mona wrote about the violence that women have experienced, especially real life women, and she keeps giving examples, right? She keeps giving examples, and you just read it and you're just. I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I was angry. I was stunned. And especially because just as I was wrapping that up, like shortly after that, there was the news about the young girl, the 16-year-old girl in the UK. Trigger warning: anybody that's watching this for sexual assault, rape, and murder. Um, the young 16-year-old girl who was just living like whose brother, whose older brother had sexually assaulted her and then murdered her and like just dumped her body. And then there was another man that stumbled on the body and still sexually assaulted her corpse and then tossed the body away again. Like it has been a rough couple of weeks. It has been a very, very rough couple of weeks. So yeah, I understand. I understand. So yes, so but other than that, like, what prompts were you all able to finish? What books did you pick for the prompts? Did you finish reading the books? Do you intend to continue reading the books? For those that are watching this and are wondering what is happening, the Fuckathon is a month-long readathon that takes place in June, whereby we read books that focus on certain social issues that we're just fucking tired of, and we're just like, fuck it, you know what, we need to change things. Things need to change. We need to be having conversations about these issues. That is what the Fuckathon has been about. And for this year, we had three major prompts, which was fuck settler colonialism. The second prompt was fuck transphobia, and the third was fuck misogynoir. Now, I'm certain people have an idea of settler colonialism and transphobia. Like, look at the world around you. People are going nuts. Like, transphobes are going nuts, and they just keep increasing in numbers. Either they're increasing in numbers or they're becoming more vocal because they have fucking audacity. And someone like, I was about to be like, someone needs to point them in the truth, and then I held the words back because I'm like, yo, that is violence. But then I remember that violence, like legit, Mona wrote a fucking manifesto about how women need to be in tune with our anger and our rage and give it the physical expression in violence, because like the patriarchy does not own like a monopoly on violence. So yeah, why? Like, people are just trash. People are fucking trash. Like, transphobes are fucking trash. And the last prompt was fuck misogynoir. Misogynoir is misogyny that is specifically targeted to Black women. And so for this prompt, the prompts was for people to, one, read a book that, talks about, tackles, explores settler colonialism in some way. For fuck transphobia, it was to read a book with a trans character, or one that was written by a trans author. And for fuck misogynoir, it's to read a book by a Black woman, ideally celebrating Black womanhood, right? So those were the three prompts. And then the group book was, like I mentioned, The Seven Necessary Sins for Women and Girls by Mona Elta Howie. So if you're in the comments and you're watching this right now, please drop what were the books you read for the prompts. Did you pick a book that's basically explored all the topics, or did you pick a book that explored all the topics? Did you pick a book that was specific in a particular way? Did you pick an individual book for individual prompts? Did you actually read all the prompts? I would confess, this week, oh my God, sorry. What was that? I thought I was about to cough. Okay, so I would confess, I did not actually read all the prompts. This month was just quite a month for me, but I did tackle, and I think I did tackle some of it. So I would say that for the first prompt I tackled was fuck misogynoir, and the book I read for that was The Salt Roads by Nalo Hopkinson. That was my very first ever Nalo Hopkinson novel. I really, really loved it. Nalo Hopkinson can write. I'm trying to check if, hold up, give me a second. I want to see, because I was about to say something and I'm like, hold up. Give me a second. Let me check. Okay, yes, she uses she, her pronouns. Okay, so Nalo Hopkinson can fucking write. I think that her work is just brilliant. I was having a conversation with my friend in Jerry over at Onyx Pages, and she was like, oh, a lot of people don't talk about the Salt Roads. And I am actually very thankful that it's the first book I read about it. The first book I read of hers, right? So in the Salt Roads, to give a quick summary, the Salt Roads basically follows three Black women. You have Mare, who is a doctor, a slave doctor on a slave plantation that caters to the Black slaves on the plantation. And of course, a few freed slaves as well, but mostly the black slaves on plantations, and is trying to soothe their aches and also serving as a midwife for their for them when they want to give birth. Uh, Oh, yay! Welcome. I hope what video were you watching? Are you enjoying it? Please let me know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. To be fair, I did put up the announcement for the Fuckathon June 1st, or June 2nd, right? It was June 2nd, and for like the first 2 weeks of the month of July, I was having like reading sprints practically every day to get people to read. We had a lot of fun. The only reason why I stopped doing it every day or every weekday was because StreamYard was like, oh, I've hit my limit, and I did not want to accidentally hit that limit and not be able to have or hold this live stream at the end of the Fuckathon. But yes, we did have a wonderful time. Um, the books are not. Um, okay, sorry, I got a message. The books are not. Only meant to be read for the Fuckathon. So you can still look at the video, the Fuckathon announcement video. You can still look at that, look at the prompts, look at the books you possibly have. If you need me to make, I wanted to do a recommendation video for the different prompts, and I couldn't because, like I said, June and July had me like this. It was a month. I wasn't even able to finish my Queer African author series because there are still 10 more writers I wanted to talk about that I was not able to do because like June was that month. It had me in a chokehold. Same thing with July. I'm hoping that August is much easier and kinder for me because like it's my birthday month, right? It's my birthday month, right? Like August is my birthday month, so it is absolutely mandatory that it treats me nicer and kinder. I demand it from the universe. But yes, so as I was saying, you can go back and watch the video, right? You can go back and watch the announcement video, look at the prompts. The 3 prompts that we had for the month were fuck settler colonialism, in which case you're meant to read a book that tackles settler colonialism and explores it, right? The second prompt is fuck transphobia. You're meant to read a book that either features a trans character or that is written by a trans writer. And the third prompt is fuck misogynoir, where you're meant to read a book by a black author, usually and ideally one that celebrates black womanhood. So those were the 3 prompts, and then the group book for the Fuckathon, for this year's Fuckathon, is The 7 Necessary Sins for Women and Girls by Mona El Tahawi. So trust me, you can still go back and like pick your books, read, because I have not finished reading all the books I chose. So I intend to read it definitely into like say probably August, September, right? I have a lot of books, and I also mentioned that I'm recovering from a reading slump. So I have not been reading at the speed and with the frequency that I used to. I'm sincerely hope that I can. I'm working on fixing that, but um, yes, that is about that. Give me a second. I want to check something because I got a message and I'm like, who is messaging me? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, okay. Uh, okay. So um like I said, my plan is to continue reading the book and read them into say end of August, end of September. So you can still go back and read and consider those prompts. And yeah, I hope you have a great time, right? It doesn't Fuckathon is not only limited to July. You can read it any other month. And I hope you do, like I said, I hope you have a wonderful time. You are watching the video. Oh, talking about queer African authors. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying it. I still have 2 more videos that I'm still going to do in that series because there are 10 more African authors I still want to celebrate, like put up their work and celebrate them and give you all options for books to read by them. So like queer African authors, I might not make it to 2 videos. I might just put them all into one video and make it one video, but I will finish that series because I already have the authors. I just need to sit down and actually film and then edit. Going to try and turn off notifications and renew them. You're one of my favorite booktubers. Absolutely, your sense of humor and commentary on things. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That is a big compliment. That warms my heart. That warms my spirit. It makes me so happy. I am absolutely delighted. Yeah, we are in the house. Like you all don't understand. I am. This is the first birthday in almost 4 or 5 years that I've been like really, really excited. Like the first birthday that I'm like, not, you know what? I am going to celebrate myself. I'm going to celebrate my month. I'm going to be doing things every day leading up to my birthday and after my birthday, this birthday month, to just be like, oh yeah, I did something and it brought me joy. Happy birthday, Noria. Happy almost birthday, Noria. Like that's what I intend to do. And I sincerely hope you all celebrate yourself as well. Like celebrate yourself on your birthday, celebrate yourself after your birthdays. You can have like a birthday celebration run several months long. Like the world is going to hell in a basket. Everything is going to shit. It is best for you to just have, just celebrate. Have a great time. Don't wait till your birthday. Like buy something you really enjoy, do something you really that would bring you joy, um see the world. Well, even if it is that you cannot see the world, see your city, see the city that you're in, explore it, do good things. Well, happy early birthday. May you be happy and have a wonderful year, many more to come. I wish you luck and wonderfulness. Oh, in all you do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. As a non-binary person, thank you so much for the fuck transphobia prompt. Yes, like because you know, I was saying it earlier. I was saying it earlier, and I was like, the thing about social media and like being online, I'm reducing the amount of times I've been online because I am chronically online. But being on social media, particularly Twitter, means that you just see it's almost like there's been an increase in transphobes. And I was saying it earlier before you joined, that I don't know if it is an increase in transphobes or if it is just that they have grown louder with audacity. And I said that, it just makes me like, we, sometimes you just need to punch a transphobe in the throat. And I was about to say it, and then I held back, and then I remembered that if like taking learnings from this book, because the sixth sin that Mona says is necessary for women and girls and everybody that is challenging the patriarchy, that is existing outside the norm of being cis, being straight, being male, being white, being rich, everybody that is existing outside of cis heteronormative patriarchy bullshit like that is being fed to us. It is important for us to it's important and necessary for us to respond and push back with anger, and to allow our anger have like a physical manifestation, in this case violence, right? And like, because society has always been like, oh, do not respond. I'm sorry, there are some things that are like, this book makes you consider that there are certain things, there are certain times, right, where, yeah, be violent. Be violent if it is to protect your peace. Be violent if it is to protect yourself. Be violent, like, because why is it always the shitty people that think that they have monopoly on violence? You say something and someone is like, oh my God, you sound so violent. What violent words? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry that I'm not holding your hands and singing Kumbaya when it's clear that you want me dead or you want me targeted in some ways. Like, who the fuck? Like, who the fuck are you to tell me, oh, like tone police me, and at the same time be like, oh no, you know what? I can say the most violent things to you, but you cannot you cannot respond in kind. Fuck that shit. So yes, it's just trash. It's absolute trash, and it is so fucking annoying. But yes, so hi Gina. Birth date is August 21st. My exact birth date is August 21st. So I am still a Leo. Like I'm so happy. Y'all don't understand how happy I am to be a Leo baby. Like I am beyond thrilled. Ooh, Ungugi. That is brilliant. What Ungugi books are you reading? I remember the first time I read let me see. No, Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born was written by Ayikwe Ama. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Hold up. Um, Devil on a Cross. That was, you know when you read a book by an author that is no holds barred, says it as it is, calls shit out, and is so eloquent with the way in which it tackles the problems and the issues. You just sit and you're like, that was brilliant. That was fantastic. That was amazing to watch. That was amazing to be a part of, to experience, to read, to have my eyes blessed with such bounty. That's how I feel when I read Ngugi's work. So, happy reading. Hi, Pat. Happy Saturday. I'm sorry I wasn't able to join. I know I said that I was going to have the reading sprint yesterday, but StreamYard just kept telling me, you're almost out. And I was like, I don't want to risk it before they go like, oh, I can't have today's stream because I've expired my hourly limit for the month. So that's why we didn't have it yesterday. USA especially and Florida making everything so much worse. It's bad in my country too. I was approached 3 times as a non-binary person to sign anti-trans petitions and I was terrified every time. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Like they really have gotten, sorry, my phone drops. They really have gotten so fucking brazen. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like the violence of that experience, that interaction, the violence of the petitions themselves, the violence of you having to of you being so terrified, and I'm certain that your response was one that considered your safety and moved to protect your safety as well. And I'm so sorry you experienced that. That is horrible. That is awful. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. um Thank you. Like, I think that since like getting a ton of different frames and then putting my prescription in them has just been a lifesaver. Because I've been using glasses since I was 11. Yes, I've been using glasses since I was 11. Like, to give you context, that's like over 2 decades now. I've been using glasses since I was 11, and my very first glasses were the stereotypical glasses that they give children, those old, like those big Coke bottle frames, size frames that look ugly as fuck. They always look fucking ugly. Oh my god. They do not fit your face. They have zero color. They have zero style. They're like, oh my god, you're 11 and you're wearing glasses. Here, let me snap on the ugliest piece of shit pair of frames I can find, and off you go. You are a child. You can't have any say with regards what it is that you want to put on your face. Like, that was my experience. So getting older and realizing that, I can get like a ton of frames and different colors, different designs, different shapes, and fit them in with my prescription. That has been just like, my mind is still my mind is blown. My mind is so fucking ecstatic at that. So it's making me very, very happy. And yeah, thank you. I happy you like it. I love 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 it. Um, yes, bigots and transphobes have become more brazen. Like I said, it's just because nobody's decking people in the face anymore. Like, nobody, like, they are talking shit and they're not getting banned. Like, that is it. That, I honestly think that that's part of it. That part of it. And at some point, we will get to that point, because and that is something that Mona explores in the group book, which is, once again, 7 necessary things for women and girls, when she's talking about violence and how the oppressed group have to just the oppressed group have to, swallow it in and have on this facade of gentility. You have to be all like nice and sweet even when you're being violently oppressed, right? And when it is that you respond with any form of anger, or when you try to meet that violence, it's no longer self-defense. It's, for example, the reason why women who were in abusive situations and ended up killing their abusers end up spending way longer jail times, because like the patriarchy punishes people, especially women, but especially people that exist outside of the lines that patriarchy deems acceptable, that patriarchy rewards, that patriarchy protects, which is usually cis straight white men. People that exist outside of that, the pushback for us showing any form of violence has always been, extreme. Like the system itself knows that the minute knows that we have the capacity to push back in a way that would hurt, and they do that to just clip our wings and keep us in our place. Like, once again, if you've not read the group book, which is Seven Necessary Sins for Women and Girls by Mona El Tahawi, please consider picking it up. If you bought it already, try reading it. If you can get it at your library, at your local library, please do so. It is a fantastic read and a fantastic book. I agree, Pat, the glasses sleeve. Thank you. It's really, really cool. Oh my God, Gina, you're on the 7th too? Leah, babies. Oh my God. Oh, 7th. 7th is when? 7th is when? I know that 1st is next week Tuesday. So 7th is next week Monday. Happy almost birthday. Happy almost birthday. The first book I ever read by the author was Devil on the Cross. It is, isn't it? It like, great first read. I promised myself I'll continue to read all his work. I'm going to read The Rivers Between, A Great of Wit, and Decolonizing the Mind. Yes, please. Oh my God. When Ngugi is talking about how language in itself is a tool for colonialism, especially the way in which it's used in academia, like within academia of colonized or formerly colonized nations, you just sit down and you're just stunned. You're stunned because so much facts. Like, when somebody says something and your soul recognizes it as the truth, and your body's like, how did we go so long without coming to this realization? That is it. Like, it is so fucking fantastic. It is great. Milk bottle shake glasses. I refuse to have those. My dad paid for expensive one. Like, oh my God. I remember, like, of course, there's also the stereotypes of, oh my God, you must be really smart. Like, it has to be, like, for you to show your smartness, you have to put on these ugly ass glasses. Because the minute it is that the glasses you had a bit of style, and I did have some classmates that did have like slightly stylish looking glasses, the perception is that, oh, they are not so smart, because why are they concerned about fashion and style and beauty and color? And I'm like, you know what, fuck that. So every single time I see a pair of frames and I'm like, those will look lovely, I need to get them and fit my prescription into them. It's me saying fuck you to all those people in my childhood that just believe that for you to show your brilliance, or for you to show that you're a brilliant person, you have to be drab. Like, there's nothing with being drab if that is your choice. But the expectation that the only way to be brilliant is to be drab, I have a big, big problem with that. I only recently got glasses and actually had a good experience. The woman offering them to me heard my budget and things I liked. I went off my way to find something that fit my taste. I love that. I'm really appreciative that your first experience with getting your glasses was so good. I honestly do want. I want that for you. I want that for everybody. Not all of us, unfortunately, were able to do that. But even if it is that, that was not somebody's first experience, it can be their experience now. They can go somewhere and be like, this is my budget, this is what I like, and I want glasses that fit that. So I'm happy that you were able to she was able to attend to you, and you got such amazing results. She got an amazing review from me, and I had my mother go there too when she needed to change her frames and got the most amazing treatment. We support people who put the comfort and the needs, right, and the desires of the people coming to them, right, first. Like, opticians should give you glasses that you look like. And I think, because I used to wear contacts, like, once again, I've been wearing glasses for over 2 decades, and there was a period in my final year and for a couple of years after that where all I wore were contacts, because I was like, my glasses were ugly. And now that I have like pretty frames and different frames, I'm like, I might still wear contacts maybe if I want to do like a particular sport. I want to do something and I'm like, oh my God, I'm worried that my glasses will drop and all of that. But other than that, I just, getting this is just, it's been great. It's been great. Hi, Gina. I just finished the last chapter and conclusion this morning. I thought I wasn't going to make it in time. I'm happy you made it. I'm happy you made it. Please share what are your thoughts and what would you rate it? What would you rate it? Also, what's, like, if you were to rank the sins in order of which sins you commit the most, what would your ranking be? Okay, because now I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, so because of course I try my best to commit all the sins. They are necessary after all. I try my best to commit all the sins, but if I was to rank them and rate them, I would say the one I do, hold up, let me see. Now I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm thinking about it. My least sin is power, just because it's not necessarily something I am seeking for myself. And also because, like, if you read the book, Mona talks about how patriarchy is so quick to reward the foot soldiers of the patriarchy with powerful positions and roles that are not necessarily theirs. Like, it's not their power. They are still exercising the power of patriarchy. So even when I say power is my listing, it is still something I do want, not to serve some stupid ass system, but to serve people like me, right? To create that change in the world, because things are fucking hard. So my lowest ranked sin will be power, followed closely by ambition, because just as with power, I don't know if I would necessarily consider myself an ambitious person. Do I walk up the ladder, like corporate ladder? Fuck capitalism, by the way. But do I walk up the corporate ladder? Yeah, because I have no choice, unfortunately. Honestly, being in a capitalist society sucks. But like, am I ambitious? No. And now, like, now that I've read the book, I'm still like, okay, I'm going to be ambitious in the things that matter to me. I'm going to be ambitious in the things I want. I'm not necessarily going to be ambitious in systems that serve a capitalist society, a capitalist system, a patriarchal system. Like, nope. But ambitious in the way that benefits my community and helps my people, yes. Ambitious in the way that, would thrill my soul and, water my spirit, yes. The next one, okay, so once again, I'm going from list to the sin I commit the most. Right? So we've done power, we've done ambition. I think the next would, interestingly enough, be lust. But also because I do fit on the ACE scale. I identify as bisexual. So I do fit on the ACE scale. So lust is not necessarily, although I am always a big fan of masturbation. I would always insist that more people, we all should masturbate more in very fun, delightful ways. But lust would be that next sin, just because other sins come after that. Please note, I'm going from my list, performed or least carried out sin to my most carried out sin. And if you know me, if you followed my channel, if you've watched even a single video, you know what sin is going to be number one for me. Um, so yes, like I said, anybody that has read the seven necessary sins, please let me know what your ranking or rating of the sins with regards yourself and how frequently you perform them. Please let me know what they are. Right. So after lust would be violence for me. Sometimes I'm violent, like mostly usually with my words. I can be like, you come for me with violent rhetoric, I am going to meet you at that point. There's no they go low, I go high. No, you go low, I am going to fucking earth. I'm going to hell. I'm going down to the depths of hell itself, and I'm fucking dragging you along with me. That is the only way. No, 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 no. We're gonna fight in the mud. We're going to fight in the fucking mud. You know, physical violence, not as much as verbal violence, but physical violence. um I should hope that if it is to protect myself, then yes. I should hope that if it is to protect somebody from my community and within my community, then yes. I should hope so. Then the next sin is for me is attention, right? Because look at me. Also, I'm a Leo. Also, I'm Nigerian. Also, I work in, like, I'm a creative person. Ugh, shit, I was worried for a moment there. Also, I'm a creative person, so attention is something that I've always like garnered, gravitated towards. I used to resent it, not resent it, but I used to shrink myself. And after reading this book, I am claiming the word attention whore. Yes, I am an attention whore. Thank you. If it is to save people, once again, if it is to serve my community, once again, if it is to push back against a system that would rather have me quiet and be unseen, yes, I am going to be a fucking attention whore. Thank you. Thank you very much. So attention. Then the next scene I perform a lot is anger. I feel so much rage. I rage constantly, daily. I rage against everything, right? Homophobia, misogyny, the patriarchy itself, because we all know it likes to pull this shit. White supremacy, colonialism, neocolonialism, imperialism, and I know I'm just saying a lot of isms, but I rage capitalism. I rage against systems that would see us oppressed and used and then discarded, and that would not consider that every human being should be seen, should be catered for, right? We deserve to live in a world where you don't wake up and work just to survive. We deserve to live in a world where you can walk about at any point, any during the day or night, without being worried about any form of sexual violence or physical violence. We deserve to live in a world where, even if it is that you do not have a job or a means of income, you should at least have somewhere to lay your head. Like, you should at least have somewhere like somewhere you can live, you can sleep in. Because there are too many fucking unused, unlived in houses in this world. And I'm just, why? Why do billionaires fucking exist? Right? We deserve to live in a world where people can eat, where people can feed their families, where people can clothe themselves, where people can have time to do hobbies that bring them joy. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, finally, and nobody should be fucking surprised at this, profanity. I cuss a fucking lot. The word fuck is one of my absolute favorite words, which I am certain nobody's surprised by. Like, you are in a readathon, you're in a live stream of the fuckathon readathon. Like, clearly your girl likes saying the word fuck and hell and fuck you and damn and shit and fuck you and fuck off. Like, profanity. Profanity is a sin I happily partake in every fucking day. Every fucking day. Like, yes. Okay, sorry. I was just talking. Oh, Angelari, you are, is it Angelari or Angelari? Please let me know so that I know, like, just say Angelari, number one, Angelari, number two, or no, Noria, you're not getting the pronunciation. This is actually how it's meant to be pronounced. Please, let me know. Um, so glasses have come a long way. Glasses and braces were shown upon. Now, like, right, like what one of the podcasters I follow and I love, Kelechi Okafor of Say Your Mind, um, she was talking about, like, this braces now that you can put with like gemstones, and I'm like, yo, because when I was younger, people were looking at people with braces like, yeah, what the fuck is in your mouth? Now it's like you can beautify them. They serve a purpose. Like, it's fashion. It's fashionable. Um, yeah, happy birthday, Gina. I don't usually rate non-fiction, but in Goodreads, I'll probably give it a 5 because I think everyone should read it. Thank you. I intend to do so as well. Sometime maybe tomorrow, Monday. I don't know if I'll be able to write a proper review because it's been a while since I wrote a review on Goodreads, and I don't know if my review, like, if I'm going to go into something extensive, or if my review will just be like, fuck everything else, fucking read this book, fucking read this book. Also, please tell me what your ranking of your sins are. Blah 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 blah. I think I might write that in my review. I'm not sure. I might do that. The Seven Necessary Sins for Women and Girls is a very good book. I'm not finished yet. I borrowed it from the library. I'll be purchasing it. I need it for my library. I need to annotate it. I intend to also annotate it as well. I'm actually really thankful that I was able to get it. What I'm actually hoping for, right, is that Mona, because there's this book literature art event that happens in Lagos, that happens in Nigeria every year, called Ake Book Festival, and Mona usually often tries her best to be there. I'm sincerely hoping that she will be there this year so that I can have her sign this book. Like, ah, so good, so good. Also, if you've not read her first book, Iman and Etkofs, why the Arab why the Arab one needs a sexual revolution, you should totally see it. It is also such a fucking fantastic book. Sorry. Better. Also a fucking fantastic book. I didn't know you won the A spec. I'm erasing. Oh my god, you are? That's one of the It makes you feel even more at home. Oh, thank you and welcome. Yes, actually, it was, interestingly enough, it took a while for me to come to that realization. Because it's not necessarily things that people talk about, and also, um, everybody always forgets that it's a spectrum, and the way in which everybody presents on the spectrum varies and is very different, right? My best friend is also Ace, and she was even the one that got me started on my journey of exploring and figuring that out for myself, because she came out to me, when was that? Like, this, it's been almost 8 9 years now, so that was actually what set me off on my own journey. But yes, least to highest would be violence, power, ambition, attention, profanity, anger, and lust. As a polyamorous, bisexual, sex positive, sex party aficionado, I'm all about the lust. Go Gina, go Gina. We love it. Like, here, like, oh my god, shit. Sorry, so I was just like, oh shit. Perfect. Thank you, thank you. Um, this book sounds so fascinating. I'm definitely going to be reading it if I can find it. Yes, please. I'm not sure if it's on Kindle, but you can check. You can also check Scribd if it's on Scribd. But I definitely advise people to read it, and then once you've read it, then you can then make the decision if you want a copy of it on in your library. As you can see, I already have my copy. It is so fucking great. Um, Violence, maybe if someone comes at me with intent to harm, they should expect consequences. Leo equals clause and a very loud roar. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I prefer one, but most people call me Angie. It's usually less of a mouthful, so don't worry too much. Okay, Angie. Thank you. Sarah. Hi, welcome. You. So we were just talking about the group book, The Seven Necessary Sins for Women and Girls, and we were like talking about what our rating is for the group book. So basically, more in line with not the ratings, of course, like how many stars you would give it, but also um, how many stars you would give it, but also in your ranking of the sins, like what if you were to rank the sins, um, how would in what order would you rank it from the least sin to the sin you practice most frequently? So I had said my least sin will probably be power, then ambition, then hold up, what did I say? Hold up. Now I'm trying to remember how I arranged it because I did rank it in my head, right? Yes. Yes. So I said power, then ambition, then violence. Yes, because I was already jumping to loss and I was like, it's not yet lost time. So power, ambition, violence, lust, attention, anger, and finally profanity. Right. And Gina ranked it as violence to power to ambition to attention to profanity to anger and then finally lust. Um, yeah, you did. You mentioned that you gave it a 4 stars. Yeah, and I actually think that the way in which Mona explained it. At least if I'm following the spirit of the book, it is more with regards having um, women, having people decide what it is that works best for them, right? And rather than following through with what, um, the cis heteronormative, cis straight white man is telling us, or rather what the system of patriarchy itself tells us. So I totally like I we discussed it um with regards your issues with the praying while menstruating, and I think it's perfectly fine. Um not how am I saying it? I'm not saying that I think it's perfectly fine to pray or not pray while menstruating because I'm not a Muslim. I cannot speak on that, but I am certain that if I what I would love is if Mona does sit down and like has that conversation with Muslim women who would rather not pray while menstruating, and then she herself. But then again, there's no need for a conversation. Everybody's just doing what it is that they would rather do. They would choose to do. Some women like Mona are okay with that, and you, for example, that's a big no-no for you. But other than your disagreement with the praying while menstruating part of the book, was there any other part of the book that you actually disagreed with? Was there any other part that you liked? That would be great. Mr. Messaging, I work on being openly sexual in this society. If I have is an extreme power move, right? It is, especially because of the fact that the way society controls women's sexuality. It is just appalling, appalling, irritating, enraging, frustrating. It's just trash. It is just absolute trash. I was in a work meeting and we were having a conversation where somebody in my office were all like, "Oh, oh, women have all the sexual power. They get to choose. If you have a man that walks into a club, he might not get laid. But if the woman he might not get laid even if he wants to get laid. But if a woman walks into a club and she's like, I want to get laid, then she'll get laid." And I was just listening to this man yap about, and I was just like, "You're in a senior position from me, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully," which meant that I pushed back. But at some point, I was just like, "Nah, I'm not going to continue this conversation because this is just a waste of my time, a waste of saliva. Um, why am I doing this? This person is stressing me the fuck out." And then I dropped it. I dropped it because I was like, people can be very annoying. Um, I like her spirit. Yeah. And here is the funniest thing, or even the best part. She is incredible when you meet her in person. Like the way in which you can get a perception, a sense of her spirit from her books, it is nothing compared to when you meet her in person. I've met her once at the Arcade Book Festival, and I was just like, I was just in awe. And here was the funniest thing: I met her before reading any of her books, and I was already in awe. I can just imagine what that would be like if I meet her now. And I sincerely hope that this November, like, because Arcade is taking place in November in Lagos, I sincerely hope that this November she shows up, because I want to be like, Mona, but also sign my book, Mona, but also Mona. Like I definitely will be doing that a lot. But yeah, interestingly enough, because now I'm thinking about it, let me see. I'm trying to remember when the last time I saw her, which was 2019, 2018. I know it was not 2020, so either 2019 or 2018. And goddamn, time really does fly. Time really, really does fly. Like the last Arcade I was at, Nedi Okorafor was there. Nedi Okorafor was there. When I tell you I lost my shit, when I tell you I lost my shit, fucking, and then the best part, like she did like scribbles on the side, on the edges of my books that I took there. Ah, I cannot wait. Like I'm looking forward to the next time I see her. I want her to sign remote control for me. I want her to sign remote control for me. Like, yes, 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 yes. But yes, Vanguard Central definitely. Like, I lose my shit anytime I meet my favorite creators. Like, if I meet a painter whose work I've seen and I loved, I'm losing my shit. If I meet a musician, like there is somebody that dresses very, very androgynous here in Nigeria, and Derele Edun has been that person, has been that guy. I say guy because at least that is what he's been, you know, I publicly identifies as male and uses he him pronouns. I've been a fan of Derele since I was a child. Like Derele has been pushing the boundaries, at least the Nigerian boundaries of what men should wear, and or what like clothes have no gender, so I can wear it and I can rock it and I can look fucking awesome with it. And I saw him because like one of the telecommunications there's a telecommunications company that my the agency I was working at, because I work in advertising. The agency I was working at wanted to do like this event, and they really was meant to like be the MC for it. And I remember walking into the boardroom, and he had on this big afro and this big platform boots, and was just super fucking fly. And I lost my shit, and I screamed and I hugged him. Like, and I screamed, and then he came over and he hugged me and I hugged him back, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And then I was at the mall like a couple of days later, and he saw me at the event and he remembered me. I was like, oh my god, it's you. And like, so yes, if I'm a fan and I see you, I am losing my shit. It is just how it is. It is just how it is. I'm making my mission to compliment people when they do or look something amazing in public. It's just such an act of protest sometimes, and I love it. Thank you. I do the same, and I love it as well. And the way people light up, and it makes me realize that as a society, we've become so isolated, so focused on ourselves, that we forget to see and admire the beauty around us and comment on it. And like you don't know if that would make another person's day. There was this woman that had on this badass, this awesome, awesome hairstyle. And like, I passed by her and I was like, I love your hair. And the way she just lit up, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. I was at the mall, I was getting groceries, and there was somebody else on the till, like on another till. and I'd paid for my groceries, and I'd picked up the bags, and I looked at her and I was like, "You are fucking stunning." And she just smiled, like big ass smile, big ass smile. So yes, I agree. Complimenting people, being honest with yourself and saying that, oh, this person looks good, I'm going to pay, like, because it's an act of vulnerability on your part. You don't know how they're going to receive this compliment, but also it's just doing your part in a little way to make somebody's day. Like, we should all strive to do that. We should all strive to do that. So um and that is the one thing, like, society would say, oh, what if this person hates it, or what if this person is like, why are you saying that? You know what, fuck it, fuck what society would say. This person looks fucking good, I'm going to tell this person that they look fucking good, right? um this person is wearing something that is out of this world. Like, what universe did their brain come up with it to pair this with this, and they make it work? I am going to tell them, right? And fuck people saying, oh no, don't talk to anybody on the street. Like, why not? Why the fuck not? If they look good, let them know. So yeah, it's my act of protest as well. It is my act of protest. Everybody should try and make it their act of protest, right? Give compliments, give a shit. Give a shit, give compliments. Let people know that you give a shit. Let people know that you're feeling their shit, that you're feeling their vibes. Like, the world is a small place, time is short. Let's bring a little bit of joy to people's lives and to our lives as well. um I've noticed old people especially get so excited if you compliment something they choose to wear or do their, yeah, because, like, them choosing to be radical in how they choose to express themselves with regards fashion is an act of vulnerability. And that is why they get so excited, because they're like, I put this out into the world, someone recognized it, someone appreciated it, and someone let me know. It's feedback. Everybody loves feedback. Everybody appreciates feedback. Um, but yeah, like, I have been talking for almost 57 minutes. Not almost, it has been 57 minutes. um I'm going to about to wrap it up. Like, for those that joined a bit later, I did mention that I have not eaten today. Like, your girl has not eaten food today. I have prepped everything I need, like meal prepping. I went grocery shopping this morning, like sometime this morning afternoon. So it's been a very busy day for me. And I've just been washing things and cleaning things and putting things away and refrigerating things. Because it's like, it's the African thing, like, right? So making all the bases and all the sauces and the peppers, like the pepper, and blending and just boiling and everything. But basically, I have stuff all scrolled away, and I have all my my meal items all laid out because I've meal prepped. It's just for me to just like eat up stuff, fry stuff, cook stuff, boil stuff, mix stuff, and I would be able to eat dinner. My plan is hopefully to eat dinner in like another hour. What is the time right now? It is 9:03 p.m. my time. That is why I'm talking about dinner for those that are in a different time zone from me. But yes, so this is where I'm going to be drawing the live stream to a close. Um, um, oh, I am going to eat. I'm going to eat, Sarah. I'm going to eat. Like, I'm going to eat. I am making like this peppered stew with like fish and everything, and it's going to be on rice. It is going to be delicious. Like, I know it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to eat. So tempted to get into your DMs just to talk more. You're a wonderful conversationalist. Oh, thank you. Yes, please. You can jump in my DM. I know that with Smelon Musty and the stupidity he's been doing on Twitter, Twitter keeps resetting my settings where I'm like, where everybody can message me, and it keeps being all like, only verified users can message. I'm like, fuck, like, no, no. But anyway, so if you're trying to DM me on Twitter and you can't, you can try DMing me on Insta. I do like conversations are, yeah, my happy place, just in case you could not tell. And I would love to chat some more, Angie. So please come say hi. But yes, I am about to eat, and yeah, thank you all for coming on this wonderful ride for the Fuckathon for this month with me. If you did not finish reading your prompts and if you have not finished reading the books you chose, there is no problem. You can read them into August, you can read them into September. I just want everybody to be more conscious of these ills, be able to speak about them, be able to learn about them, um, and be honest with our leads and be vulnerable and be open. And remember, you should practice some of the necessary sins. They are necessary for a reason. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye.